Okay? No echo or anything like that? Awesome. Awesome. Well, how's everyone doing tonight? All right. You guys look fantastic. Give yourselves a round of applause for being here. Okay. Now, I know you guys didn't come all this way to be sold something, but what I'd like to do is kind of introduce you into a wonderful opportunity that I think will benefit all of you. And before I get into that, how about I ask you a couple of questions? By a raise of hands, how many of you were born? Excellent, just a few of you, awesome. Now, those of you who were born, did you live with the people that gave birth to you? Okay, excellent. Now, those of you that were born, how many of you were carted off to strangers? None of you, excellent. Then you are the perfect candidates for this wonderful opportunity called being adopted. Ladies and gentlemen, right now is the most perfect opportunity to be adopted because as you can see on the big screen, it is the recession-proof way of growing up. That's right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I could just give you a little bit of my personal story of how I was adopted. I grew up in the jungle called Guatemala. I didn't know my mom or dad. I was raised by nuns until they decided to package me and ship me off to suburbia, Michigan. And there I kind of grew up. I kind of had a little bit of hard time of it because I was, yeah, that's our home. I was kind of picked on a lot because I looked different. I was called Chinese, Japanese, Eskimo, Mexican, you name it. And telling them I was from Central America didn't help because they just thought I was from Nebraska. So, but yeah, I know. Takes a couple seconds, I know. But I grew up. I went to college where I majored in fine arts and bass guitar. And now I travel around the world telling people about the wonderful opportunity about being adopted. Now, being adopted goes all the way back to 1851 when Massachusetts was the first state to start this whole thing. And between 1910 and 1930, we had the very first adoption agencies. Let's not forget 1939, the chosen baby. Very important literature piece of adoption. Now, what I'm trying to tell you here, folks, is that being adopted isn't new. It's not a new fad. It's not the newest thing. Our 6-week proven course, apparently taught outside on the lawn, will give you the skills that you need to be adopted. That's right. So I'm really glad you'd be here. And I know that you're asking, well, what's in it for me? Valid question. What isn't in it for you? Being adopted, it's all about you. You reap all the benefits. You get all of the glory. I'll give you a little bit of an example here. Let's look at the pros and cons. Cons. I'm not going to lie, it can take a long time for you to be adopted. Another con, it's kind of expensive for the people who want to adopt you. A lot of bling is involved. If we move on over to the pros, where do we start? You can pretty much write your own story. Who doesn't want to make their own background, right? Who are your parents? Maybe they were gypsies. Maybe they fought vampires. Maybe you were dropped here by aliens. Who knows? It's all up to you. True story part 2. My mom had 26 letters in her first name. To this day, I can't pronounce it. My dad's name was Hector Francisco, who I personally believe was a famous jazz xylophonist in Guatemala. There he is, right there. But I do want to thank you for listening because coming here today, we have a very special offer for all of you. Just for being here, we're going to give you a complimentary upgrade to your adoption package. We're going to give you our international adoption package free of charge. How's that, ladies and gentlemen? That's right. Something about the foreign adoption thing is actually pretty interesting. It started with World War II because a lot of the international adoptions were European or Japanese orphans. And if you're thinking about the top countries that are adopting right now, you have China, Russia, South Korea, Ukraine, and Guatemala. So, in fact, I think Guatemala is the most popular Latin country that's being adopted right now. And from 1971 to 2001, over 260,000 children have been adopted through international adoptions. But what's our ROI? Well, quite honestly, people, it doesn't cost you anything to invest into being adopted. You reap all the benefits. You get the clothes, the food, the parents, the brother and or sister. It's all on the people that adopt you. Now, a big question we get a lot is, will I be adopted by a celebrity? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't really promise anything about that because quite honestly, sorry, my phone's ringing. Sorry. Hello? Oh, hey, Madonna, how's it going? Yeah, I heard about Mawali. That sucks. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm right in front of 200 people who would love to be adopted by you. Okay, that sounds great. All right, thanks, Dad. Bye. Foreign thanks. There we go. All right. We're talking about international adoption celebrities. Actually, it's causing a little bit of a stir because there's the nationalism issue. that people born in a certain country should stay in a certain country, and celebrities and anyone actually are seen as foreigners, interrupting that whole process. So ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, adopted is no BS. So I hope you will sincerely consider being adopted. You reap all the benefits. You're doing some good. And just for the record, yes, I am adopted, and my middle name is Francisco. Thank you very much, guys.